Dear friends and viewers, Swagatam. Welcome back to KNS Biochemistry. In this video session, I am going to talk about one of the biological computer that is called DNA computer. So let us start the session. Join with me. So in this session, we are going to see about the biological computer. That is one of the biological computer which is used in the bioinformatics today is a DNA computer. DNA, everybody knows that what is DNA. It is deoxyribonucleic acid. It is one of the important nucleic acid of a living system. So this DNA computer is a biological or biocomputer. These computers are small in size, fast working and highly efficient computers. They include the following properties. These are all the properties of a DNA computer. Dense data storage capacity is there in a DNA computer. The reason is the DNA is a tiny particle, that is, it is a nanoparticle. Then massively parallel computation. Parallel processing or parallel computation is the important property of a DNA molecule. So that is a very important property that is not there in a conventional computer. Then extraordinary energy efficiency. That is another advantage of a DNA computer. So here you can see this is the DNA molecule. That life science students know it. It is DNA molecule. It is a biocompatible computing device. Actually, this is the blueprint of life in a living cell, and that DNA is the blueprint of life for the living cell as well as the blueprint of a biological computer. That is deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. So here in DNA computer, DNA computing is done. What is this DNA computing? DNA computing is an emerging branch of computing in computer science field which uses only DNA molecule and the concepts of biochemistry is utilized here in DNA computing and the concepts of molecular biology. So the knowledge about biochemistry, knowledge about molecular biology is required for DNA computing in computer field. The hardware, that is DNA, is used in the computer hardware instead of the traditional silicon based computer technologies. In our normal computers, conventional computers, which is basically used in the circuit, electronic circuit, silicon based circuit is used. But in DNA computer, DNA circuit is used. Instead of silicon, DNA is used. Research and development in this area concerns theory, experiments and applications of DNA computing. So here you see that in DNA computing, DNA is used instead of silicon. So in that way, DNA computer differs from conventional computer. So what, just you see the evolutionary steps of the development of a DNA computer, how it came. So DNA, it is self-powered DNA computer. It started unveiling from since 2003 onwards. First programmable autonomous computing machine in which the input, output, software and hardware are all totally made up of DNA molecules only. That is called a DNA computer. It started since 2003, that is the development of this DNA computer. So this DNA computer can perform 1 billion operations per second. Note down this point. This is the astonishing, you see, that advantage of a DNA computer. Billion operations in second, 1 second. So that much speed is there for DNA computer. Even conventional computer, even supercomputer cannot do that. Do the work in that speed. So that is the advantage of DNA computer. So what is the accuracy with that speed? 90. DNA computer, you see, that started developing from 2003 onwards, and it is performing 1 billion operations per second with an accuracy of 99.8%. That is the advantage of DNA computer. Then if you see the historical development of history of DNA computer development, already we know that Leonard Adleman of the University of Southern California in USA, computation which solved the 7-point Hamiltonian path problem. So since the initial Adleman experiments, advances have occurred and various Turing machines have been proven to be constructible. So the Turing machine he used is nothing but the DNA multiplying machine, the DNA molecule multiplying machine. He used it for his experiment first, 1994. Since then, the field has expanded. After that only DNA computer field expanded into several avenues. In 1995, the idea for DNA-based memory, that is DNA is going to be used as a memory unit. Like you have memory unit in our ordinary conventional computer. So DNA-based memory unit was developed. That idea was developed in 1995. That was proposed by Eric Baum, who conjectured that a vast amount of data, that is the storage data, can be stored in a tiny small molecule, that is a DNA molecule. Tiny amount, because DNA is a nanoparticle. Tiny amount of DNA due to its ultra high density. This expanded the horizon of DNA computing. So once they started using DNA molecule as a memory unit, after that only the concept of DNA computing came, that is DNA computer came. DNA computing into the realm of memory technology, although the in vitro demonstrations were made almost after a decade. After that only, you see that the DNA computer developed after 10 years from 1995. But the concept came 1995 itself, that is using DNA molecule as a important memory unit in DNA. So in a DNA computer, the computer is having main molecule as a DNA molecule, deoxyribonucleic acid. So in DNA's window, it is called Windows DNA. It is used to store information and perform all the tasks, complex tasks. So that tasks are called DDL in DNA computer. Then cloud computing is also there. It is used for calculations. Like cloud computing is used in conventional computer. Then software defined servers. So defined servers in 1994, University of Southern California, they developed the software server, main server. Then software defined everything. That is computer scientist Leonard Adleman. You see that he defined the concept of DNA computing. Then computer ontology suggested that DNA could be used to solve complex mathematical problems. So Adleman found a way to harness the power of DNA to solve all the problems. So subscription computing, clean computing, modular computer, all these concepts are used in DNA computer. So the problem of the salesman, the traveling salesman problem, that is called Hamiltonian path problem, whose solution required finding a path from start to end, going through all the points, that is all the points, each point is called each city, going through all the cities only once. That is the concept. So each city was encoded as its own DNA sequence. That is, each city is represented by one DNA sequence. So that DNA sequence consists of a series of nucleotides represented by the letters A, T, G, C. You know that A, T, G, C are adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, used in, that is present in DNA. The DNA sequences were set to replicate and create trillions of new sequences based on the initial input sequences in a matter of seconds. So that is called DNA hybridization, getting new DNA sequences. The theory holds that the solution to the problem was one of the new sequence strands. By process of elimination, the correct solution, here you can see the DNA computer concept in the picture. That is the DNA computer that can be programmed to compute anything any other device can process. So it is like electronic computers. So here you can see that the DNA molecule, new processor, CPU. This is the CPU of a DNA computer. Optical input is given here. Here, input area, this is input device. In situ molecules are used here, and here the computational DNAs are there. Like it is the real CPU, where DNA molecules are going to be used. They are going to do DNA computing. Computational DNAs are used. Then the output comes here, optical output, and see that this is the entire motherboard of a DNA computer. Motherboard of a DNA computer, where all the places DNA molecule is going to be replaced with silicon. Silicon is used in ordinary computer. So input is molecules, cell molecules information that goes to this computational area, where analog to digital signal conversion A to D is happening. After that, it comes out as an output. Output is a virtual world. That is, you will be getting output from the conventional processor, and you will get output. So inside the processor, who is there? Who is doing all the work? Here in DNA computer, DNA is doing it. DNA is going to do that. So here you can see the biological transistor. This is an example for a biological transistor. That is made up of DNA and RNA. Here inside, this is a transistor, and circuit is there. Input, output is there. Control signal 1, control signal 2, and you see that they are having transcriptors here. Transcriptors are there. They will do the job. Enzyme flow versus electronic current is flowing here. Combined to implement logic gates. This is a logic gate. Input, output, center at the center. T is logic gate. So these are all the components of a DNA computer. So this is the circuit, motherboard. The motherboard circuit that is kept in a liquid here. And if you enlarge this portion of the motherboard, you will be having circuits inside that. These circuits are made up of electrodes, plus in between that electrode you have neurons. The neurons are there. Neurons are going to join the electrode circuits. And you see that this is the CPU, main component of the DNA computer. From there, after processing, input is given. After processing in the motherboard, output comes here. That will be amplified by an amplifier or a stimulator, and it goes outside. Or it can be stored in the computer itself. So input is given, output readout will be coming. That will be stored in the that is a disk, or you can take it as an output also. So these are all the components of a DNA computer: motherboard, amplifier, stimulator, and CPU unit. This is the box, the DNA computer box. So the concept of biocomputing in the DNA circuit. So I said biocomputing is done. That is going to do all the work in the DNA computer. What is this concept of biocomputing? Here the biocomputing circuit. This is the circuit. This circuit is made up of diode, and in that neurons are there. In previous video session, we have seen that neuronal junctions, neuronal network. So that network is used here in the DNA computer. So DNA is used here, and using neurons, networking is done. That circuit is formed, and you see that you can study the metabolism, and all the three concepts are joined here in that biocomputing. One is synthetic biology concept, biocomputation concept, plus metabolic engineering, that is metabolism of the cell. All the three are joined together, and three concepts are joined and combined, and it will form you biocomputing concept. So input or output is given, that goes to the computing area circuit, that is called, it is made up of DNA, and the processing is done by using all these three concepts. Then output goes there. It may be a metabolic reaction, and the information about metabolic reaction or enzymatic reaction, and that will be going out as an output. So the concept is burning all the three and getting the output. And input, suppose if it is correct, feedback can be given. That is a reverse way. This is called, that picture, you can see the picture. This is the nano computing circuit created in nanoelectronics. with the help of neurons and DNA molecule. This is like motherboard. All this circuits, DNA will be there. It's a nano device. Nano biocomputing device. Again, the same picture, the different versions of the picture. See that here you are having the diode, and the circuits are formed here, and here you can see that DNA with circuit is there, and circuits are formed, and from that you are getting a motherboard. This is motherboard made up of DNA molecules, and the working efficiency of that DNA, which is represented in graph. So this is how the motherboards are formed with the help of DNA. In an ordinary conventional computer, all this work is done by silicon based work. So operations in the DNA computer, how to do some work in the DNA computer, the steps involved in that DNA computer. Storage is not only the main application for DNA in DNA computers. DNA can even be taught to perform other operations also. So current computers, that is conventional computers, work on principle of reading code that is stored on hard disk, hard drive, and performing command using memory and processor unit. But DNA computer has same principle of the current computer, except hard drive. Hard drive will not be there in DNA computer. Except hard drive is DNA sequence. Instead of hard drive, DNA sequence, what we have seen in the previous pictures, that is having circuits, and that DNA sequence circuit is going to act as a hard drive and processor, and the processor is enzyme which is used to copy DNA. So the processor which is used in DNA computer is an enzyme, and that enzyme will copy the DNA. That enzyme is nothing but DNA polymerase enzyme. That is already there in living system. In the living cell, when DNA replication takes place, that is molecular biology concept. When DNA replication takes place, who is going to replicate the DNA strand? DNA polymerase. Same enzyme is used here in DNA computer. So DNA computers can grow when DNA polymerase is acting on that, not figuratively, but literally. As DNA performs command, it replicates itself with the help of DNA polymerase and doubles in capacity. Everything happens in tube. No living cells are used here, because whatever DNA replication happens in the living cell is happening biologically inside the living cell. But the same principle, same thing happens in test tube here, outside the cell. No living cells are involved, and the DNA is entirely synthetic. Here, the copying of DNA is done PCR machine with the help of DNA polymerase. So it is not biological DNA, it is purely synthetic DNA, synthesized here. DNA code is recognized by shorter piece of DNA, which then causes rest of the DNA to be copied. Once code is recognized, that is the DNA code means codons, A, C, G, T. Once codon is recognized, it can be specifically altered to make a new command. This is done by process called PCR. That's polymerase chain. I already told polymerase chain reaction. PCR is used to copy the codons. Widely used technique used to copy DNA. So here RT-PCR is used nowadays to detect corona DNA molecule inside the patient. So for detection of coronavirus, RT-PCR is used. Real-time PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Standard electronic computers, when they come to T-junction, have to choose which path to take, whereas our DNA computer here does not need to choose, as it replicates itself to follow both paths at same time, thus finding answer very fast. In DNA computer, each computation is represented by single DNA strand, which allows to utilize many trillions of computations happening at the same time. That is why DNA is functioning very faster, even faster than the supercomputer, our ordinary, that conventional supercomputer. So in DNA computing is done by two methods. One is neural network based computing, that Kevin Cherry and Lulu Qian at Caltech developed a DNA-based artificial neural network that can recognize 100-bit handwritten digits. They achieve this by programming on computer in advance with appropriate set of weights represented by varying concentrations weight molecules, which will later be added to the test tube that holds the input DNA strands. So by neuronal network, DNA computing is done in that computer. So the concept is this neuronal network. Or you can use another network, localized, that is catch like a network computing. One of the challenges of DNA computing is its speed. While DNA as a substrate is biologically compatible, that means it can be used at places where silicon technology cannot do it. Its computation speed is still painfully slow. For example, the square root circuit used as a benchmark in field took over 100 hours to complete. So here you see that in localized computing, the speed is much slower than neural network, where it is very high speed. So DNA computing is a form of parallel computing. Parallelly it is done. So it is called parallel processing also. Parallel computing, in that it takes advantages of the many different molecules of DNA to try many different possibilities at once. For certain specialized problems, DNA computers are faster and smaller than any other computer built so far. So furthermore, particular mathematical computations have been demonstrated to work on a DNA computer. So DNA molecules have been utilized to tackle the assignment problem. And that in other one, Jian Zhu and colleagues, they built a DNA GPS system and also conduct an experiment to show that magnetic fields can enhance charge transport through DNA. There are sometimes protein. So this may allow organism to sense magnetic field. So the difference between DNA computers and conventional computers, DNA computers versus conventional computers. So here the first column DNA based computer, the second column microchip based computer, that is our conventional computer. DNA computer has slow at individual operations. Individually, when one single operation is going on, it is slow comparatively. But microchip based, fast at individual operations. It is very fast at individual operations. Then it can do, that is DNA computer can do billions of operations simultaneously. Here they can do substantially fewer operations simultaneously. Here DNA computer can provide huge memory capacity in a small space, because DNA is a tiny molecule, that is a nanoparticle. Here for the same amount of memory stored in DNA, here you need a lot of area. So the memory capacity is smaller memory here. Then DNA computer, here setting up a problem may involve considerable preparations. Preparations are needed here. Here setting up only requires keyboard input. Through input only, directly you are giving through input, but here we cannot do like doing ordinary keyboard input. The input is different way. DNA is sensitive to chemical deterioration, or any chemical spillage is there. DNA is highly reactive, sensitive to chemicals. So that problem is there in DNA computer. We hear electronic data, or everything is data is electronic here. Electronic data are vulnerable to other problems, but can be backed up easily. So DNA computer is having another important property is parallel processing. Parallel processing. The problem was one of the new sequence strands. By process of elimination, the correct solution would be obtained. So here the process of that is the property of parallel processing was developed from the basic concept developed by Adleman experiment. So Adleman's experiment is regarded as the first example for true nanotechnology. The main benefit of using DNA computers to solve complex problems is that different possible solutions are created all at once. At once, simultaneously, several different possibilities can be created for a single problem. This is known as parallel processing. What is this parallel processing? You have a problem with you in front of you. For that problem, how many ways you can solve the problem? The different ways of solving problem. So in DNA computer, all the ways of solving a single problem can be done simultaneously. But in conventional computer, one by one only you can do at a time. But here at a time, DNA can give several simultaneous that is solving process. So this doing a process simultaneously, parallelly, is called parallel processing. That is possible in DNA. Humans and most electronic computers must attempt to solve the problem one process at a time. That is called linear processing. Linear means only one problem solved at one time. That's called linear processing. But in DNA, parallelly you can do several things. That is called parallel processing. DNA itself provides the added benefits of being a cheap, energy efficient resource. So parallel processing is a very important property of the DNA computer. In a different perspective, for example, in different perspective, we take more than 10 trillion DNA molecules. 1 trillion means 1,000 billions. That's 1 trillion. More than 10 trillion DNA molecules can fit into an area no larger than 1 cubic centimeter. One cubic centimeter area, you can accommodate 10 trillion DNA molecules. Just imagine. With this, a DNA computer could hold 10 terabytes, TB, not megabyte, terabytes. 10 terabytes of data and perform 10 trillion calculations at a time. 10 trillion calculations at a time. So that is why parallel processing is very, very successful in DNA computer. Because at a time you can perform 10 trillion calculations by the property of this parallel processing of DNA molecule. That is not possible in conventional DNA, the conventional computer. So what are all the advantages of this DNA computer? Advantages of DNA computer. As already I said, DNA computer performs millions of operations at same time. So that is because of the property of parallel computing or parallel processing. Good for parallel computing. Ability to use large amounts of working memory area, memory capacity. That is 1 gram of DNA. 1 gram DNA if you are taking, maximum one CD can have the memory maximum of 800 MB, but 1 gram of DNA can hold 1 into 10 to the 14 MB of data, or it is 1.45 trillion CDs, but one CD can have only 800 MB. So what is the future? The future of DNA computer or this DNA computing technology. Algorithm used by Edelman for the traveling salesman problem. That problem that was very simple. As technology becomes more refined, more efficient algorithms may be discovered. That is, we can create our own algorithms based. The University of Wisconsin is experimenting with chip-based DNA computers. DNA computers are unlikely to feature word processing, emailing, and solitaire programs. Instead, their powerful computing power will be used for areas of encryption, genetic programming, language systems, and algorithms, or by airlines wanting to map more efficient routes. So better applicable is possible only some promising areas. So here it is a Hello friends and viewers. Hope you have understood about DNA computer, the concept of DNA used in biological computer. And then we have seen about the history of a DNA computer. Then we have seen about the various components of your DNA computer. Then how to use the DNA computer, procedures involved in that. So with that, I am going to end this session. I'll be coming back with another session in the next video session. Until then, it's bye from KNS Biochemistry. Be safe, be good in home, and stay in home always, and be happy. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all. Namaskar.